Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's week 12, set 1, SWYK 1. Got some notes for you on polynomials. You've already studied several polynomials so far, believe it or not. The most basic one is a constant function, or a constant, I should say. Then there's a linear, then there's a quadratic. So you've already studied some of these already. An actual polynomial is made up of either a constant or a variable, or it can be the product of a constant and a variable. So for instance, right here on the left side we have 4x cubed. That is the product of a constant and a power, or a variable to a particular power. The exponent, as you can see, is actually labeled the degree of the polynomial, whereas the 4 in front, whoa, that's a bad job. The 4 in front is called the coefficient. In this case, because it is the only term, we could also call it the leading coefficient. When we have multiple terms, leading coefficient looks a little bit more important than this one does. So we have some cool terms that represent the degree, some really great names. Constant, that actually would be degree 0. I didn't write that down, but I probably should have. Degree 1 would be linear. Degree 2 would be quadratic, and degree 3 would be cubic. There are other terms like quartic and quintic, and then we run out of cool names because it starts sounding bad. So this is a cubic. We definitely know that it's a cubic because it's got a third degree. And then we also classify it by the number of terms. So monomial would be 1 term, binomial would be 2 terms, trinomial would be 3 terms, and then we run out of cool terms, and so we say polynomial, poly, that abbreviation, P-O-L-Y, meaning many, and then we say how many terms there are, so that's really boring. Polynomial of 4 terms, polynomial of 5 terms, polynomial of 7 terms, that kind of stuff. Anyway, this particular one is a monomial. So we have a cubic monomial in this particular example. Cubic monomial. Move it on down the road. We're looking at, and I know you're probably going, what the heck is this? Well, it's a number. Remember we said it could be a number, could be a variable, or it could be a product of numbers and variables. Sorry, I'm resisting the temptation to yawn. This happens to be a constant. It's not changing. It is just the number 13. It's not going up or down. It doesn't have a power. It doesn't have, in fact, we could write it 13x to the 0, because everybody knows that x to the 0 is equal to 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1, which can be proven in a later video. But it is a constant term. And because there's only one term, that's a monomial. So that would be a constant monomial in terms of classifications. Question 3. When we get to something called standard form, we really want decreasing order of exponents. So when you look here, you can see that it's not in decreasing order of exponents. So that's the first thing we do. We rewrite it in decreasing order of exponents. The squared term goes first, then the linear term, then the constant. So, squared term for 7x squared plus 9x minus 6. So that is letter choice D. How do we classify that? Okay, well, the highest power is a 2. So that would be a quadratic, right? And there are 3 terms. So that would be a trinomial. So this is a quadratic trinomial. That's how it's classified. And I better write that down. Yep, quadratic trinomial. Called it. Question 4. Oh man, I showed him the answer. Yep, folks, that goes back to what we did in the first example. It is a third degree polynomial, so that makes it the cubic version, and because there's only one term, it is a cubic monomial. So that one wasn't too terribly challenging, especially since we already did one just like it. Whoa, that's it. All right, go get busy on that, SWYK. Have a wonderful day. Until the next video.